imagine like what it must be like even today. Like, what is high school like today? Like,
Just
it
a bunch
must
of
be,
bullying and staying inside.
yeah.
Like a lot of cyberbullying, I would imagine.
Only
And a lot of kids
cyberbullying.
staying inside. Nobody's outside anymore. Look outside. Who's outside?
Nobody.
Yeah, when I was growing up, we were all outside.
Yeah.
And then even as the technology was coming out, it's not even like, oh, the technology.
coming out.
Like, yeah, I know. I sound like a dinosaur, bro. Shit. But
Yo, when technology was
even
coming
as
out.
technology- yo, but you know what I mean? Like cell phones, the internet. We'll do it live. I said, fuck it, we'll do it live. I turned the light on this week. Don't even fucking get at me about continuity. What's going on, beautiful people? It is me, Black Zeus. You are the beautiful people. This is Black Zeus, the podcast, season 4, episode 25. Fuck it, we'll do it live. Yeah. Good night, everybody. I'm high as tits, but the high is wearing off, so why am I alive? Am I alive? This is the energy for today's episode. Check it out. Why am I alive? Why am I alive, dude? When you smoke a lot of weed with your homies and you didn't time it out. This is like pure Canadian. This is like top fucking the 100 hits in Canada. All sounds like this. Or like this. And timed it out. I smoked the weed. With joints wide open. I smoked the weed. I'm way too high. I smoke too much weed with all my homies. I'm not even embarrassed. That's not what this look is. Let's see if we can fucking muster up enough energy to call upon the fucking... Let's call Tahuti today. Let's call Tahuti up on the phone. Yo, what's up? Ibis, my Ibis. What's up, Don Ibis? Why are my eyes closed, Ibis? Now my eyes open. Yo, where's the homie at? You know the guy? You know the guy. What do you mean? The guy who had all that money and then he had an insider's tip to invest in a company called Walmart before they blew up. And then he actually missed the opportunity because he was a baby. But then he grew up. And then he still had the money laying around. Even though inflation was a thing, the money was still worth something because inflation isn't what it is now. You don't know this nigga? He had all that money, and then he invested it in a company called Reebok. Reebok. Yeah, a shoe company. And made a bunch of money. They had Allen Iverson and shit. And then he sold. He sold right before they had Allen Iverson, though. So he didn't make all the AI money. But he took the money that he did have because he made some money from it. Then he invested it in Amazon. Like back when Jeff Bezos didn't have muscles and a Cuban girlfriend. And he was selling books online. So he invested it in Amazon. And then he was really sick and tired of waiting around for the fucking company to take off. So he sold it. He sold it for a loss. And then he took the loss. And then he started his own bank. The first ever black-owned bank within another black-owned bank. It was the first ever Inception black-owned bank. It was a really weird idea. It really didn't go anywhere. And he lost the rest of his money on that. And then he ended up, in order to make money, started doing video production work and just being a cool guy, I guess, and hanging around cool people, I guess. So, like, yo, bring that guy here into the studio real quick so he can produce the show. You got that, Tahuti? All right. He said, hang up the phone, and then you gotta say, Dante's in the house. What the? I respect it. I respect that you're into it. I don't know what that was.
That was a Tahuti call.
That was like an ibis call.
Yeah.
You know what that my brain did? That was like the
A Klondike call?
Klondike.
Is that what that is? I don't know.
Klondike.
That triggered Klondike in my mind.
Let me do it one more time.
What would you do for a Klondike or something?
No.
No. I don't know.
Nothing? I mean, that's good. I'm proud of you because it's marketing bullshit. That's
It
work on
sounds
me,
familiar.
obviously.
What is it from? Like Montana or something?
Look at your man. Now back at me. Now back at your man. Now back at me.
Yeah.
I'm on a horse. I'm a Negro with muscles on a horse. White women eat your heart out.
Yeah.
It's
Old Spice.
It's Old Spice.
Yeah.
And then the Terry Crews was just him yelling and shit. Anyways, what's going on, bro? How you living?
I'm living good, blessed and highly favored.
I'm happy to see you alive once again.
Me too.
Obviously, I would imagine you're really looking out for peanuts in your life now. Or is it just back to normal?
Back to normal.
All right. I'll tell you what's not normal is me wearing these white socks with the black pants and shoes combination like I'm Michael Jackson. I'm happy that they're not long socks. There's more of my skin tone there than there is of the white sock. But really came close to being Michael Jackson this week on the show. Also, I'm looking at the dog drool because the dog drooled on my pants. And I didn't even need to mention it because I'm pretty sure it doesn't pick up on camera. You know?
Probably not.
Season 4, episode 25. Fuck it, we'll do it live. I am so high. Dante showed up early today.
Yeah.
Yeah, you did.
I did.
And you didn't even fucking mention it.
I didn't.
Yeah, what the hell was that
I didn't
about?
mean to show up this early.
You made me feel crazy.
No.
Because I didn't even have my phone on me.
No.
And I'm like, I 100% time this out so that I'd be back home with enough time.
No, see, I didn't.
And then I
didn't
see
expect
this
to-
nigga
I
pull
didn't
up.
expect to see
I'm
you.
chilling with my niggas in the middle of the street. We're walking back from an excursion, which we thought was going to be we thought they were doing a pedestrian Sundays on the street here on Lock Street. You know how they do in
They, like, close it
Kensington
off
Market
or
in
something?
Toronto? They close off the street so people can just like vend art and all that shit, set up tables.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like I got the word that was happening this weekend. Did my family shit this morning, and then hung out with the homies for a bit.
Yeah.
Decided to walk over, get
Aggressively honked.
no, aggressively honked.
Well, okay.
What the hell is
finish
honked?
when I honked my horn.
Oh, get aggressively honked. I'm like, I thought you meant weed. I thought that was a weed related thing. I'm like, I've never heard high referred to as honked before. I've heard zonked, but
No.
If anything, I apologize. No, I wanted what's it called? These carrot cake ice cream sandwiches.
Okay.
There's a restaurant
Mm.
on Lock Street that sells carrot cake ice cream sandwiches. I had mentioned this like 80 times that it became obvious that I didn't really give a fuck about the art thing. I was just trying to get us all to go in that direction so I could get carrot cake ice cream sandwiches to the point where I obviously hyped it up, but it paid off. Everybody was like,
sick.
you know what? You're lucky, you son of a bitch. Because it was just like, it's the right summer treat, bro.
Mm.
It's very, it's just texture, you know?
Do they sell other things? Do you want to shout
Yeah, it's
them
like
out, or
it's
what kind of
a straight up
what kind
restaurant. Shout outs to Burnt Tongue
Oh, okay.
on Lock Street in Hamilton. I think there's another location. And they got burgers and soups. I love their soups. They're actually known for soup.
Okay.
So every time I'm sick,
Mhm.
I go there for soup. Which I probably shouldn't say out loud because now they know if I'm buying soup, I'm probably sick and they shouldn't serve me. But no, what are you supposed to do, bro? You need soup. You're sick.
Yeah, that's the best medicine.
I'm yelling now. They're only like $5 too, bro. They're the perfect summer treat. It's like a nice brick of carrot. Do you like carrot cake? Can you eat? Oh my god, bro! Go away. What do you mean you're allergic to carrots?
Yeah, it stems from this whole like fruit thing where I can't. if it has to be like baked in. So I could probably eat carrot cake, but I like don't.
The way you just said that and looked off into the distance. Holy shit, that was hilarious. But I just don't. That's very fair. I respect that. Only because I have to. You know, you're my friend. I'll respect it because
Temporary respect.
I mean, you just told me you're allergic to carrots too.
Well,
Your whole body's just waiting to attack you, eh? Like at any given moment, it's like I smell bananas.
Well,
are you allergic to bananas?
Yeah. But
what the? Oh, just all fruit. All
it's
fruit.
fruit, vegetables, but it's not as severe as the peanut allergy.
Now, let me ask you this question though:
Mm-hmm.
Is it all like the newer vegetables and fruits? What about like the ancient stuff? The stuff.
Ancient stuff.
Yeah, like what do we still got that's ancient?
Nothing.
What about?
What do you mean?
Like the Caribbean shit. What about back home? You're Jamaican, right? So what fruits are indigenous to Jamaica?
Mangoes.
You got your mangoes and shit. Can you eat mango?
No. I think it has something to do with the pesticides or whatever they're doing.
That's very fair.
Create.
You think you can eat mangoes back home?
I don't think so. Unless it's maybe if it's straight like off the tree.
Like off the tree, yeah.
But even if it's off the tree, what are they using to grow the tree? You know what I mean? Because it's like
it's a tree in the bush. Oh, that was awful. Oh, this show is shit.
Like I honestly, I don't even risk it because when I go back home, I'll be on vacation. Right?
Yeah,
so I don't want to like, let me test my allergies on vacation, and then yeah.
That's very fair. That's crazy. That's how much do you trust the EpiPens?
I mean,
yeah, you might need more than an EpiPen.
Well, no, not for fruits and stuff, but for like peanuts and cashews and all that stuff. Yeah, that's when you need the EpiPen because it's like your airways start to close up and you run out of oxygen.
But what do fruits do then?
Fruits just make me like
scratchy,
so
itchy,
like itch in my eyes and my throat. Like it's similar to like my grass allergy. You know what I mean? Like if you ever like play around in grass or maybe you're not allergic, but like for me,
you say, do I ever play around in grass? I'm 30, nigga. What are you talking about?
No, have you like when you're a kid? Like you ever like roll down a hill? You never did that? Like come on.
I'm like, what are you doing on the weekends, bro? You ever roll around in grass? I'm like, stay away from kids parks, bro. Because they would, they're calling someone quick. It's just a full grown man, I think, on drugs, rolling around in the grass. He's like, no, it's allergies.
No, I wouldn't. This is just so crazy. But anyways, I would get like super itchy, like hay fever. My eyes would start watering. Okay. They would like swell up and stuff.
That makes sense.
That's what happens when I eat fruits. But yeah.
Are you the only one in your family? Like in your immediate family?
My brother has nut allergies.
Okay. Just as severe?
Yeah.
Okay.
And
is there such a thing as not severe nut allergies?
I would assume
like mild allergies, like the way you were talking about itchiness and all that stuff. So when I was growing up, bananas used to make the roof of my mouth itch. Pause. That's a crazy statement. That's a crazy statement.
Yo!
Hey, yo! Yo, this nigga's bugging out.
Yeah, the back of your throat. What?
Yeah. But like for real though, but like bananas specifically, no other fruit did this. You know what I mean? It's so crazy because black people really ruin bananas for me.
Yeah,
I can't even eat them regularly. Like I will like peel them fully and just eat like break it in halves and like sections and shit. Being black is traumatizing sometimes. But yeah. So they used to make the roof of my mouth itch. And then just over time that stopped.
Yeah.
And now like nothing like
for me, over time that developed.
Now, had you been eating bananas?
I used to be able to eat apples, oranges, watermelons, grapes, bananas.
Yeah.
But then
over time.
Yeah.
It just around what age?
Grade 2.
Jesus, bro. This guy said I used to. What are you talking about? You used to for what, 1 year? Yeah, I used to eat apples and shit. When? Oh, when I was 1. Huh?
Yeah.
You didn't have teeth.
Yeah.
You like purees and shit.
Purees, yeah, stuff like that.
Yeah.
But apples, oranges, like I used to eat like all that stuff, but then I got to a certain age where like my throat and mouth would get like so itchy that I'm like, I don't have to deal with this every time I eat apples.
Yeah. Interesting. So, do you think you could have strengthened it though?
No.
because you neglected it, like the way I just talked about bananas. It's like I never stopped eating bananas, even though they really made the roof of my mouth itch.
Because
I just kind of dealt with it because I like bananas. Pause.
I think I don't think I was born with this allergy. I mean, we talked about it last time. You know,
fair
if you
enough.
want to
Pesticides and all that shit.
yeah,
accumulate.
Yeah, so like I think it's something that they're putting on the.
It's also got to be genetic too, though, because like, why is it that I don't and then you do?
Well, that's another thing. So my theory is, you know, if we want to go down this route,
Let's
but
go.
like when you have to get specific shots to attend school, people have different reactions to those shots. Just like how recently some people get heart palpitations and others don't.
Yeah, happy to see Bronny back home. We're the sports podcast here, so that's what we talk about is sports.
Yeah.
Happy to see Bronny back home, safe.
Yeah.
We won't even question what that was.
Exactly.
Anyways, this is a comedy podcast. Let's shout out fucking the Comedy Lab. I was there. Shout outs Dante Lamar, comedy club owner, or he runs a really dope. I think the only black run club in Toronto, the Comedy Lab. I don't know the address, but literally the Comedy Lab on Instagram. They run shows every weekend. Fun ass time. I always have a good time there. And I realized yesterday when I was talking to the guys outside, I'm like, I think this is the only place I've ever asked the audience at the end of every set if they have a request. You know what I mean? And they don't know me. It's not like it's not like I'm like, oh, I'm here all the time and they know me and I'm a regular and shit. Like I'm there all the time, but it's a new audience.
Yeah.
I don't know, for whatever reason, that place makes me want to ask people.
Do you feel like you're in the lab, like you're actually working on
I like the vibe there. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. It's comedy to me. It's low ceilings. It's everybody's tight, like tight in together, grouped in together. Yeah, I also did Max Sheldrick's podcast. I think it's called The Last Podcast on Earth.
Okay. How was that?
I hope that's right. I hope I didn't just shout out. I hope I didn't just shout out some other random podcast. But Toronto comedian Max Sheldrick, great guy, great comic, really funny, sharp as fuck on that stage. So it's been fun to watch him progress. He's come around in the last few years. Like he's been around for like maybe I don't know. He's been around for a minute now, and we've always really connected. You know what I mean? He kind of like speaks his mind and shit. He's found a real footing with the series of videos that he's been releasing, like these sketches and stuff.
Okay.
And obviously he's been watching what we've been putting out.
Oh,
and, like,
yes.
seeing
yes.
like how I've just been very vocal.
Yeah.
And pretty much we spent the entire time on this podcast just discussing the state of comedy and art and it's so funny to me because I didn't even think about this. But he's like, dude, I love you, man. Thank you so much for just being vocal. You're the only one here. I feel like I'm losing my mind. And then you just come out and just kind of be like, yo, fuck this shit. What are we doing? We're all like supposed to be comics. Like, how many of us really would be doing this if we didn't have to type deal? And we just kind of went down that rabbit hole, which, you know, on this podcast, fuck, this every episode. So I won't get like too crazy into that. But really, I look forward to that episode because it was nice to talk to a peer, a Toronto comedy peer, who's also really finding it's crazy that he just had his first video hit like 1 million views.
Really?
He had his first video that did hit 1 million views. And it was a sketch that him and Jesse Singh did, which was very sharp. But it's like he does these whip pan sketches. You know what I mean? I think you know what I'm talking about.
I know which one.
And they're very good too. And they did one with Justin Trudeau where it's like he's Justin Trudeau and then he makes a controversial statement and it whips back. The camera cuts back to him and it's Jesse who's an Indian. So he's like, hey man, don't fuck around or else you're gonna make me go brown face again type deal. So they went like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it blew the fuck up. And then he's like, yeah, it didn't make me want to make another one. It felt dirty, is how he was describing it. Getting his first 1 million views.
Interesting.
Yeah, it felt dirty, is how because he's a fucking artist, bro.
Gotcha.
So he's like, now people are starting to follow him for that, and they're like, oh, you're the fucking right wing guy.
Gotcha.
Or you know what I mean? You
Yep.
can't just like create anymore without being labeled something.
Yeah.
But especially for me, what I've noticed is when you go down that rabbit hole, it's like, now you're playing the game, so you can't be mad and be like, but I'm not that. You're misinterpreting. It's like, bro, you put that shit out there. Like that fucking Pinky Doll girl who put her shit on OnlyFans and got mad that it leaked. I'm like, do you not understand how the internet works? What's going on? And your boy, fucking Brody, I can't wait to go on his show.
Yeah.
Because we had a nice little diatribe. Like, it's so funny because we're actually on the same page about shit. I think he just got fixated on the fact that I mentioned art. But I'm going to bat for that shit. Cause yeah, bro, art is 100% related. Like it can't even not be related. In terms of these conversations.
Yeah, because he was saying like, okay, if you're securing the bag, that's okay, but it's like then there goes the art.
There goes the art. Yeah. No, but he's also like the argument, which of like it's an immediate argument, and actually, me and Max talked about this because I brought up. Specifically Brody's point because it was happening live as I was doing the recording and shit.
Okay.
So it's like a lot of people were saying stuff that was technically right. A lot of stuff is technically right. But in your heart of hearts, you know it's only technically right because the system set it up that way. But the system isn't right.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? It's like, yo, everybody's saying this girl's smart for cracking the code or whatever the fuck, whatever spin you want to put on it. And even I made that argument in the podcast.
Yeah.
She is technically a genius, technically.
Yeah.
But like, this is the same girl that 5 minutes later is like, oh my God, I trusted you, the internet. Why'd you put my OnlyFans pictures on the internet for free? I have a son. What if he sees this? He's not supposed to see this. That's smart. That's the genius person. Okay. And then you just like, bro, it's the same people that in turn, like we're selling ourselves out. And then down the road, you want to be like, oh my God, the system is shit. Well, fuck you, you're shit, because you allow the system to be shit. It's like, come on, bro. What
They
do you
feed into the system.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, so technically, that's right. She's genius. She's great. Ooh, she doesn't have a 9 to 5. Ooh, amazing.
Yeah.
But fucking, what are you talking about? But at what cost, bro? And then you have other people watch. It's not. It's so nearsighted. To me, I think it's so nearsighted because you're only looking at literally. Yeah, it's genius for right now.
Yeah.
But you're not realizing that there is a residual effect. There's kids watching her as crazy. Like, and I don't even have kids, bro. You know what I mean? But like, I remember being a kid. And I watched all this shit, and I told all the parents that it's like, nah, bro, you're fucking crazy. But like, until I actually realized that this did have a hold on me, and it did shape my fucking being.
Well, and that's to like, I want to bring up, like, is it genius if it's so short-sighted? You know what I mean?
It's
like,
not.
Can you even classify?
It's not. But like,
I mean?
but this is a clout person would say it's genius. Because to them, it's genius. That's what right now.
Yeah.
You're chasing the bag, so that's genius. You got to the bag the easiest possible way. Yeah, the easiest possible way. Except you have zero dignity. Go fuck yourself. Like all those people, NPCs can go all burn in a ditch. Go burn in a ditch. Burn in a ditch. I think the NPCs can burn in a ditch. Huh?
I found this other NPC. Like, I don't know if you want to see it.
No, I don't. Is it the Spider-Man fucking doofus?
No.
Is it the nigga who gets made fun of and then he's like, hey man, yo, I'll beat your ass, dog?
No,
I'm like,
no. Let's see if I
I'm
can
like,
find
bro,
it.
you're a fucking nerd ass nigga and a Spider-Man. Literally, he's the nerdiest ass nigga I've ever seen. And then he's doing the NPC shit in a public setting. And then some dude said, bro, that's corny as hell. Like, yo, what? Like he didn't even say anything that crazy. He's like, that's corny, or like, why would you do this? Or like, bro, you're a nerd or some shit. You know what I mean? And then he tried to get all tough all of a sudden. Yeah, I'll beat your ass. I'll beat your ass. I'm like, bro, you're a fucking idiot. You're beating your own ass. Whatever, bro. Whatever, bro. Yo, you ever watch the movie War Games?
No.
It's an old movie with Matthew Broderick. I think it's Matthew Broderick. Is it Matthew Broderick or is it Michael J. Fox? It's one of the two. Can you look this up for me real quick? Just IMDb. War Games. It's It's an 80s movie. And essentially, I think this kid like hacks this computer game.
1983.
1983. What's the premise of it? Can you read it?
And it is Matthew Broderick.
It's Matthew Broderick.
Yeah.
Okay.
A young man finds a back door into a military central computer in which reality is confused with game playing, possibly starting World War III.
Bingo. All right. So you see that. All right. And then he's playing the computer, and then he keeps getting in deeper and deeper while he's playing the game. And then the computer finally says, "Silly human, don't you realize the only way to win is not to play?"
Yeah. The only winning move is
not to play.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's the truth, bro.
Yep.
That's the fucking truth. You got to get more in frame, dog. There you go. I know you don't really. Maybe we'll move the table forward. Maybe. Is what we'll do. You know what I mean? But we'll do that next week. Anyways, yeah, that's the recap. That's some comedy talk. I'm very looking forward to Max Sheldrick's podcast episode. I think it's a few weeks down the pipeline, so I'll promote it again in a little while. But let's get into a weekly segment on the podcast called the poll results. If you are new to the podcast, welcome. If you're recurring, welcome back, beautiful people.
Should I just pull it up?
I mean, yeah, you should. But I was about to do the thing where I just froze. Did you see that U.S.
Yeah.
Mitch McConnell is what is
yeah,
it? The
whatever.
U.S. senator? He's like reading he's reading a fucking thing.
Yeah.
He's literally talking into a microphone, and then he just and then he just freezes for a good minute and a half. And his fucking puppet handler comes over and is like, "Sir, we must go and replace you with a newer, fresher clone." Look,
speaking of clones.
Yo, that was crazy, bro. Oh, by the way, shout outs to They Clone Tyrone. Fire movie on Netflix, which is a rare thing to be able to say nowadays. A Netflix original movie that is really good, top to bottom. But, you know, it's got messages all in there, so, you know. Be prepared. Like, if you're black, be prepared for the trauma. But yeah, weekly poll results. So every Monday on my Instagram social media feed, I post an interactive poll question. I leave it up for the day. The people vote, and then me and Dante discuss the results here, and then the process begins anew every Monday. So make sure you are following me on Instagram. It scrolls at the bottom of the screen every once in a while, but AKA Black Zeus, if you want to get in on the weekly poll questions. This week's poll question: how much of your early schooling do you use in your daily life? And the options were 100%, 50 to 90%, 10 to 40%, and 0%. And the whole reason for those specific ranges is because you only get 4 poll question options in Instagram. So I had to work with what I had. What Dante?
So when I saw this poll, I initially
pause. But, okay, continue.
I had voted. I believe I used probably 10 to 40%.
Okay.
But now thinking about it, I know all that information is still in my head somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
So do I just use 100% of it, or do I? You know what I mean? Like, that's kind of how I'm thinking of it as like a very deep thing, but like I'm leaning towards.
Think about that poll in a very deep way.
No,
it's crazy, bro. It's crazy, bro. To be fair, I'm the one that said it, so pause.
I'm leaning towards 10 to 40%, like realistically.
Yeah, and you're like, because I know what you mean. Obviously, you took in all that knowledge, so it's in there.
Yeah,
and I'm sure to some extent you're using it, but like, yeah, like I'm talking about like curriculum.
Yeah,
which are, like,
exactly.
You know what I mean? And I'd say I don't know.
Yeah,
10, I don't even think I voted on this one.
10 to 40%, closer to 10.
Yeah, I'd be in the 10 to 40%. It doesn't even, I'm definitely not like 0 is crazy.
Yeah.
0 is just like you flunked out or some shit. Like,
but this is application, right?
Yeah, true. So yeah, what if you're in the trades? I mean, they don't really teach you any of the trades in school, you know what I mean?
Exactly. But yeah, you might use math, you know. If
I mean, everybody's using math, whether like regardless, you know, like, but basic math.
Basic.
What about calculus and all that shit that they try and get you into?
No.
They just fucking waste up all your time.
No.
Instead of asking you what you like, what you're.
And this even goes into like, why don't they teach us usable shit.
Practical shit.
I mean, we do know why, so we don't
Yeah.
gotta go down that rabbit hole. But yeah,
Yeah, so I would definitely be in the 10 to 40%. I'm trying to think what I would use the most, and it's probably all the artistic stuff, honestly. All the creative skills.
yeah.
Like math, okay. I got like daily basic math. You know what's crazy is my best subject was English, and that would not sound like it. Like unless I was doing a Mike Tyson impersonation right there. But remember, I'm so burnt out right now. All right? All right? And you're still getting good stuff, good content. I didn't want to say the content word, but I said it. You're still getting good content-ish.
The C word.
It's not up to par. But let's see what the results were. The people voted. Yeah, everybody's, 100%. So 100% got 5% of the vote. 50 to 90% got 36% of the vote. 10 to 40% got 48% of the vote. And I'm actually kind of shocked. 12% of the vote to 0%. Yeah, 12% is... And who's using 100%?
That's what I was thinking. I'm like, who's using 100%?
Like, I'm actually kind of shocked that it's not all like concentrated in between 50 and 90 and 10 to 40. Because how do you even quantify 100% using 100% of it?
Yeah.
Like, are you using
your daily life?
I would say every subject you took. So you have to be in Canada specifically. This motherfucker speaking French, I would imagine.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They speak French. They're good at calculus. English is on point.
Even I was in French immersion, so half of my subjects were in French, and I don't even use French in my daily life.
No, bro, French is... let's not use colonizers' languages anymore. And I'm sorry, because that's not Parisian French. I understand this is Canadian French, which is vomit. I'm like, yo, bro, get your fucking halitosis breath away from me, you fucking sick bastard. Fuck. Whatever, bro. They hate us. It's cool. We hate them.
It's mutual hate. So it balances out. You know?
The one place where segregation still really is like strong. You know what I mean? Stay away from us. What an awful 40 seconds of this podcast. Oh, fuck. Yeah, okay. Yeah, no, I'm still trying to figure out 100% of this shit. Like,
yeah, like who uses history?
You didn't skip any days, bro. Like,
I didn't. Skip
You never
any
called
days.
in sick. You never called in sick. No sick days.
I was sick, but I didn't skip.
Yeah, but the sick wasn't really like it was wink sick, right?
No.
Every time you were really sick,
I would only stay home if I was really sick. Even if I was a little bit sick, my parents would still send me to school. So I never got to like. Well, my youngest brother
what about
is a different story.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
My
what about
youngest-
from school? Because my thing was my mom would catch me, but then I'd get out from the school side of things.
I don't follow.
Like I would just go to the office and be like, I'm sick, and then I'd get out.
Oh, yeah. My parents would just leave me in school. They wouldn't even come pick me up for that. But like my youngest brother, it's a whole different story. Like this dude had like every Friday off. Like, oh, I have a stomach ache.
Every Friday?
Basically, it was wild.
Yeah, I don't know. I came from a strict African household. I wasn't able to skip the way some of my friends were, bro, I didn't even understand, bro. It's like they had a system down. They must have had their parents' signatures on lock or some shit.
Probably.
Because, like, some of my friends' stories is like, yeah, bro, I wasn't even there. Like, my nigga, bro, he was gone for a month when San Andreas came out. I was gone. I was sick for a week, wink, wink. I was sick. I somehow pulled it off, bro. Maybe I actually was sick.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I remember when Vice City came out, I was sick too. So I got to stay home for a week, and Vice City was brand new out. Yeah. So I was like, I was in it, bro. Even just reminiscing on that right now. What simpler times, bro. Okay. So yeah, my homie was gone for a month when San Andreas came out. I'm like,
that's wild.
Thinking back on it, I'm like, what? Like your mom didn't? Yeah, like nobody picked up on this shit. I'm like, I don't know, but niggas were able to pull it off. Like it's crazy.
Or maybe the parents just didn't care that much either.
Yeah, no, like,
Because for a month, like I would have had to been in the hospital. I'd had to be in a coma for a month. You know what I mean? To miss that much school, no way.
yeah, I don't know if she didn't care. Like, if his mom didn't care, maybe I don't know. I'll
Maybe
ask her.
they just have to be on vacation for a month and like
Like back,
just
yeah, there
dropped,
must have, bro. There must. I gotta ask him actually because I never really did get the full explanation on how he was able to pull that off. Because maybe it wasn't like that he was gone for a month straight, but I do remember him not being around. Like, so it must have been like a stretch of days and shit. And maybe he'd show up for one day
yeah.
and something like this just to show face. But this nigga was, bro. I've never seen anybody. It's so funny, bro. Like, just get away with being able to sleep. Like, this is so crazy, bro. Like, you'd have to have been there for it to really make sense. But this nigga was just asleep in every class and it was somehow always okay. He always got, like, he got through his tests and shit. So crazy, bro. But high school, easily, like, some of the top moments in my life, bro. Still to this day, as a 30-year-old, like, just that carefree beats college, hands down.
Yeah, I think
beats
so,
college,
too.
hands down.
Yeah.
I know not everybody has the same high school experience, but my high school was like 2,500 kids, which is massive.
That's massive.
And it's bigger now. It's like 30 something. It's like 3,100 or something now. Because they ended up getting like a mills, bro. As soon as we graduated, my class graduated, they ended up getting a bunch of like mills, bro.
Dang.
And they extended the school out. But it's like yeah, we were the top drug school. Like, we had dogs at a certain point. This is like a Catholic school.
Dang.
Bruh, when I tell you, like, stories, man. Like, for days. The first time I ever saw, like, war, bro. And it broke out against a Jamaican and a Somalian. So, it was during summer school even, bro.
Oh my
Like, it wasn't
goodness.
even regular school. Summer school. And these two dudes didn't like each other. And they just arranged the fucking, like, bro, it was straight up, like, gang warfare, nigga. So, you know, Somalians out here, they roll deep. It was the first time I ever seen, like, there was, like, 30, 40 Somalians, and, like, half of them had machetes, bro.
Really?
I swear to God,
Oh
bro.
my
Like,
goodness.
and everybody was just together because we all were a part, like, not, like, in it. Like, the niggas that were in the war, and then everybody else was just a bystander, part of this fucking. But everybody got chased at me. My homies got chased out with machetes and shit. Like, if you were around, you were around. It was the first time I ever saw the paddy wagons get called.
Paddy wagons.
The fucking police,
the police
bro.
that
with the dogs, with the canine units, bro.
Yeah,
It's the first time I ever witnessed this in my life. It's like, and I'd done some mischief up until that point, but like to see it happen through a school setting was hilarious. And like, you've never seen people, like, human beings disperse like this. Like, it was so, as soon as it everybody went in every corner, bro, through backyards, through fucking this and that. The whole neighborhood was on lockdown. The cops were patrolling the streets. And then me and my homies were just walking back to a friend's house, a mutual friend's house who was in the area. And I remember we were all talking about it and laughing on the street corner, waiting for the light to turn green. And a cop pulls up, get out of here, get the hell out of here. Fucking shitbag move. But whatever, bro. Like, still, it's such a vivid memory. So much fun, man.
Yeah.
Like, so much life lived without a care in the world. Which, like, that's some of the most prime living you could do.
I know, right?
You know what I mean? It's like, the youth is wasted on the youth, but at the same time, if you're lucky enough to escape a really hectic upbringing, like, boy, it's really like looking back, I'm like, yo, I made it out of that. It's like the craziest roller coaster ride.
Even like, I imagine like what it must be like even today. Like, what is high school like today? Like,
just a bunch of bullying and staying inside.
Yeah,
like a lot of cyberbullying, I would imagine, and a lot of kids staying inside. Nobody's outside anymore. Look outside. Who's outside?
Nobody.
Yeah, when I was growing up, we were all outside.
Yeah.
And then even as the technology was coming out, it's not even like, oh, the technology
coming out.
Like, yeah, I know, I sound like a dinosaur, bro. Shit. But
Yo, when technology was coming out.
Yo, but you know what I mean? Like, cell phones, the internet. Because I grew up without internet and cell phones, and then I came up with it. I was a beta tester.
Yeah. I had a flip phone. I remember I had a
flip phone, all that shit,
my
yeah.
first flip phone in like grade
But like,
7
even with TV,
Yeah.
like TV was something you watched at night. You never
never
dreamt
during
of
the day.
wasting a whole day. I'm gonna stay inside playing games all day. Fuck that shit.
No.
Like, me and my homies are gonna go outside and do some fucking wilderness bullshit.
Yep.
Go make a fort. Go, Stone Cold Stunner each other. Like, just bro. Life is fun. But yeah, that's the weekly poll results. If you want to get in on that, make sure you're following on Instagram. We cover a new question every week. I had a really good one for this week, and then I forgot to write it down. So we'll figure out what this week's is next week when we're back. How much time are we in?
39.
We're 39 minutes in?
Yep.
All right, let's do Dante's Inferno. Let's get into it. Another weekly segment on the podcast. Dante's Inferno. My guy Dante over here, he brings in a random article or something going on in the zeitgeist, in the cultural space. What are people fixating on right now that's either funny or just inspiring or mostly just dumb?
So this is like a little intro clip. You know.
POV.
So what do you kids know about aliens?
No, because this is going to get flagged, bro.
I don't think it will.
Yes, it will. You don't think so? If it does, I hate you.
So what do you kids know about aliens, huh?
Oh, okay. This is from, what is this, Transformers?
Yeah, that's it. So,
Okay, POV, that one. Oh, wait, what did I didn't even read the meme. Stop bringing memes.
It's
Making
not-
me read fucking memes. That one uncle at the family gathering always ruining the vibes by bringing up conspiracy theories. So you kids know anything about aliens? Okay, got it. It's that scene from Transformers. Okay.
Yeah.
This nigga has set up to his Inferno.
Because
I like it. Don't, again, I'm
you
not.
know, aliens are in the news. And
Yeah, it's
this
a
is
lot.
the only time I don't want to believe what these dudes are saying about aliens.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
I'm too anti-establishment for me to be listening to the establishment telling me about aliens, bro.
Mhm. So, you know, there's been some clips going around. I don't know if you want to watch the video or just maybe like an Instagram clip, like about it. Like, what are you feeling?
Well, what do you have?
I have both.
Like, you set it up.
Well, one of them is 5-minute video, and one is probably like an Instagram 1-minute video.
Nigga, this is Dante's Inferno.
Mhm.
Set up the thing.
I set it up with
We got
with my
alien
meme.
shit.
Yeah.
But I don't know what these videos are.
Oh, okay. So one is it's just basically the questioning of the guy about
Oh, the
the
interrogation.
interrogation.
Okay, so for the first time in U.S. history, not maybe like in public domain, I guess, in public history,
Somewhere.
someone has officially testified on the books talking about, the government is in possession of UFOs, alien bodies.
Well, no, they don't. This.
Yeah,
once
he
again,
wasn't able to say directly as alien bodies, but this guy, I believe this guy. This guy looks like a weasel, bro.
I'm not sure
This guy,
what they've shared with certain gang
nah, I don't care.
but,
Even if it is real, I don't care. How about that?
I don't care about these aliens.
I don't care about these aliens, bro. How convenient that they're talking to this weird, gangly looking guy who doesn't eat vegetables. He looks like he doesn't eat vegetables. He looks like he doesn't step out in the sun. This guy is an alien, all right?
Well, this is another thing that I've been seeing. Like, people have been pointing out, like, look at this guy in the crowd. He hasn't blinked in like 5 minutes, and people are saying, like,
Look at the skin on the neck.
yeah.
Yo, how come his
Did
neck
you
skin
see
is
his
like this?
pupil? Like all this stuff. Like, people are saying that there was aliens in this hearing as well.
I'm more willing to believe Biden is a clone.
Yeah.
I'm more willing to believe that than what this guy's talking about.
Well, yeah. Like,
How come it's just America? Oh, yeah. But wait a second, because all the other governments have it in possession too. But like conveniently, America's the one that's chosen to always be in the forefront. The aliens are talking to us. They gave us the technology and this and that and this and that.
Mhm.
Conveniently, right after COVID and right after friggin' the
Wildfires.
Ukraine shit, all the wildfire stuff. Like it's just the timing of it is so hilarious.
yeah.
It's just so why now? Why now?
One of the things that I think is maybe they're just running out of like news stories, so it's
Yeah.
like they have to go because remember the news runs 24 hours.
Well, if you
Remember
want to
back
get
in the
real
day?
conspiracy about it, I remember reading about this thing in high school called Project Bluebeam.
right when
I don't know that
technology
much
was
about it,
coming
but
out.
I remember reading about ideas like this, conspiracy theories, quote unquote, like this back in high school, bro. They were talking about some Project Bluebeam where the whole idea is to get people to believe in an alien invasion
Yeah.
so that you can get the whole world looking at this fucking unified threat and come together under this one world government. That's
Yes.
the conspiracy that I remember fucking. Whether there's any validity to it or not, I really don't give a shit anymore. I'm not in high school and I don't have that brain, and I have enough of a brain to know that this guy, Mr. Grush, or whatever the fuck, is a weasel. This whole thing is a fucking con job. However, the government tries to frame anything, they're bunk magoo.
Yeah.
The president is an alien. How about that? Here's our conspiracy. The president is a clone of an alien that was created in a lab by Mr. Groosh. And that's my conspiracy. Let's testify that one. Fucking, do you, like, I don't know, have you seen, prior to all this alien shit coming out, have you seen any conspiracies or heard of any conspiracies growing up? That a day would come where this shit would be happening? They reveal aliens to the public and it's all about...
I remember this one. There was actually a speech by like an older president.
Yeah.
And he was talking about how like, oh, I hope that one day, even though I hope to not have to face it, but
that's Ronald Reagan.
Wouldn't it be
That's the
great
president's
if we
speech.
all unified?
That's
if
the speech of Ronald Reagan. You can look this shit up. This isn't conspiracy shit. Go look up the Ronald Reagan speech from God knows, like from fucking 1980, whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
When he was president of the United States, and he's giving a speech to, I forget, it's not really that important. And he's talking about what will it take? Will it take an alien threat to unify the world?
Exactly.
To come together and da-da-da. Like, bro, they've been slowly. And what about this? The Simpsons, here's another conspiracy fucking rabbit hole. The Simpsons predicts everything, right? What about do you know much about The Simpsons? You don't know, right?
I don't know much about The Simpsons,
Well,
but I
The
do know that they
Simpsons-
predict a lot. Like
Well,
a
The
dome.
Simpsons straight up, when I was growing up, there's an episode where the two presidential candidates were aliens. And then Homer exposes it by running up the stairs and pulling off their masks.
Oh my god.
And they're aliens. So it's like, okay, there you go. The Simpsons already predicted it, so who gives a shit? Who gives a shit? Focus on yourself, bro. There's a lot bigger things at play. Like, so much distraction. So much distraction. You really want to get kooky about this fucking alien horse shit? Let's start to actually because this is what they don't want us to do. Everything's
Yeah.
about nearsighted bullshit. Let's fixate on them talking about aliens now. Do your due diligence. Do some research. Look at when Area 51 was actually created, and look at a certain historical figure that died just a couple years before that, and look at the patents that were seized and put into the government control. I'm talking about Nikola Tesla.
Yeah.
This nigga had a bunch of patents, anti-gravity patents and all that shit. This is documented. And then all his patents mysteriously went into the hands of the fucking government. And I don't know, again, I was really looking into this shit with a tinfoil hat back in high school. I'm 30. Like, I live more of a regular life, but what I mean by that is I'm looking internally, bro. I'm fuck the distractions.
Yeah.
They could kiss my ass. But still, it's a little convenient, I would
little
say,
sus, 'cause-
that Nikola Tesla died, all those patents went to the government hands, then a few years later, Area 51 opens up, all this fucking UFO talk. To me personally, it seems like a con job, bro. You start experimenting with the shit yourself, and then you say that it's extraterrestrial so that you could set up this whole fucking hoopla down the road.
Yeah.
Imagine that they've been experimenting on this tech this entire time, so now it is like on point.
That's what I would believe that, because like and I think I gave this example before, but like
Yeah.
the stealth bomber, you can't just announce to the public that it exists.
Correct.
Because then you can't use it.
And when you do, you're already on the stealth bomber 10.
Exactly. So
The public knows about the first stealth bomber.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, they're on fucking
yeah, so
version 8.
my theory is like back then they might have been only like whatever the public technology has, the government's probably like 50 years ahead.
Yeah.
And now they're probably 100, 200, 300
Back then,
years
whole
ahead.
damn want me. Now I'm hot. Aliens all on me.
But
Aliens fucking listen to Mike Jones.
Paul-
now. Anyway, sorry, I cut you off with some bad joke.
what I was gonna say is like my whole thing is like, did they find aliens' existence earlier in history?
Yeah.
Like even like 1,000 years ago, 2,000 years ago, and no one ever said anything, or people were saying something, but now that we live in today,
Yeah.
they have to say something else. You know, because we're talking about the corn deity. For all of you guys out there, look up where corn grows naturally and get back to me on that.
That's hilarious. Dante's just spilling some beans. Look up where corn grows naturally. You'll be looking for a while. And then look at how it got introduced into culture.
Yeah. So
Have
it's
fun.
things like that. It's like,
Yeah.
did they probably been knowing this? You know what I mean? Like they probably been knowing this. The elites probably been knowing this, but now they have to.
And who's to say it's off-world shit?
That too.
Who's to say the aliens haven't always been here? Who's to say that we're not the aliens?
Yeah.
Who's to say that there's maybe another species of human or out there?
Mm-hmm.
Something. I don't fucking know.
Or maybe it's just humans. Like one theory that I like is I call it the Michael Bay, where they went to the moon and then they were on the moon and then they came back, or they were on Mars and then they came back. So it could be like a human race that went to Mars 20, 30,000 years ago and then they came back. They're aliens, but they're actually humans. That
I think the ultimate ploy is they're getting what they want out of it, which is people talking about it and being distracted from doing any sort of real internal work, which is what I keep pushing. Like it's like, just do the work, look in the mirror, do the work. As tough as that may be, that's, especially this day and age, that's the most important work that you can be doing.
With all the mirrors that they sell, you would think people would.
Yeah, don't even have those mirrors in your house. They're probably not doing good things for your psyche.
Nope.
But like, have one, look in it, and if it freaks you out, try and get to the root of that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because when you're good with yourself, then you can be good in the world, and nothing will nothing can penetrate that fucking
force field.
That force field, man. But we're gonna wrap this show up with UFC 291 recap, bruh. When we talk about fight cards, like, and I didn't even think about this, but Dante, you put me onto this, like the way they built the fight card. I'm like, yo, this card was stacked.
Mm-hmm.
Like, something about this, like, you're almost guaranteed that this was going to be really good fights at top to bottom.
Yeah.
And then you said it was because the boxing match was on at the same night.
Yeah.
So it's like them competing with the boxing world and just trying to be like, nah, bro, we got the bangers. It's banger alert over here.
Yeah, it's banger alert. And the thing is, when it comes to boxing, I don't need to watch the whole card because we all know, well, not many people know, but boxing is fugazi for the most part.
Oh, bro. So this nigga fucking... So I like... Dante showed up early today. We already discussed this. So then we end up just chilling before we start recording. Like, me and my homies are all chilling. We end up smoking more weed. And then this nigga's like, yo, let's watch the boxing match. When I tell you I fell asleep, bro, like, boxing is...
Can we insert the clip here?
Fucking... You know what? Yeah, I guess, because I guess this asshole did some pure white trickery bullshit. I fall asleep and you start recording me. That's what white people do, bro. We ain't supposed to do that to each other, dog.
It's BTS.
It's BTS. That's hilarious. But yeah, bro, boxing is boring. Holy shit.
Yeah.
And I think I guarantee, I realized this today when we were watching this, is like, I feel like if there wasn't a cage in MMA and I just saw all the rich white people just like gazing up at I'm like, this, I don't know, I don't like this.
The thing is, I don't think the elites that you were seeing at boxing, I still don't think
snootiest looking white people.
The snootiest ones, they wouldn't even
all
go.
Front row, like the entire front row was all people that look like they say the N-word with breakfast. Like, nigga, yeah.
They call the niggas that.
Nigga, bring me my breakfast, nigga.
I don't think those people watch UFC. Like, some of them might, but not like how
nobody
they
that
watch
wears
boxing.
a bow tie is really watching UFC. I don't think.
No, like, cause
bow tie and MMA, I don't know. It's not the same energy.
They still see it as like, oh, this is so primitive. Like, I need to watch a gentleman's sport like boxing or golf or whatever. You know what I mean? Because that's where all the money's at. So,
you're not wrong.
So you won't see it for, a couple more.
It's maybe a gentleman's sport.
Yeah. But back to this card.
Yeah, UFC 291. Yo, before we even get into it, salutes. I hate saying his name, but I have to because he picked it and he would whip my ass anyways. The Black Beast, Derek Lewis. Damn, I hate that white like, bro. It's so awkward seeing the tweets pop up and shit.
Yes,
Do we call them tweets or X's?
I don't know.
What's it? It's X now, right? Twitter is X.
You can't tell me what to call it.
Fair enough. They put the tweets up and shit. Yo, the Black Beast is back. And it's like, Whitey 303. It's like
American Soldier 201.
He's like, bruh, like I know the sentiment and you came up in Houston, so like,
yeah,
you had niggas all around you.
Yeah, and he was the beast.
And he's the beast. But it's like, I don't know, when you start getting calls on ESPN and shit, it's like the Black Beast and the Black Beast on ESPN. It's like, this is getting a
It
little.
does sound a little bit.
Sounds,
iffy,
but yo, I would never tell him to his face because that nigga would demolish me.
You get hit with a flying
bruh.
switch knee, bro.
How is a heavyweight doing flying knees?
Oh my goodness.
Did not see that coming. So proud of him and happy for him. Like, I'm so happy to see him back on a trajectory, but more so, it's just really great. Like, bro, it was like watching the love of fighting just leave his body. You know what I mean? Those last few fights, he just looked and acted so dejected.
Yeah.
And I don't know. Apparently, that last fucking loss really did something to him.
Yeah, he went and lost weight. He like did it because for the I think he was dealing with like a back injury as well.
Yeah.
So like, I think from like the Francis fight, his back was like before the Francis fight, but like from then on, he was like a little bit tweaked. And then he did fight for the title, which people probably forgot.
That was a setup, bro.
I mean, he fought DC.
That was
Yeah.
That was a setup.
Set up how?
He wasn't gonna win that fight.
No. There was no way he was gonna win that fight.
He wasn't
But
gonna win
yeah,
that
he was. That was his title shot. Like that was his time. Like he beat Francis or whatever. He beat someone, and then he got to go up and fight the champ, right?
But like the technical champ too. Like DC is a technical master.
Would it have been better for him? It actually would have been better for him to fight Stipe.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Stipe would have. Yeah, but Stipe would have taken him to the ground too.
Exactly.
Stipe is great on the ground. Pause. But damn, bro, you can't talk about anything.
You
Cam
can't
and
talk
Mace.
about anything.
I know. I know. Yo. Yeah, like all the worst parts of black culture, like really have taken a hold on me, bro. I can't, bro. I like the toxicity. I like it. I need just a little bit of toxic in my life. Like, and black people, we have the best toxic, bro. Like, pause, bro, is just hilarious.
It's so funny.
That's just
We've been
hilarious.
sending clips back.
Everything's
and forth. I've been dying.
gay as shit. Like, it's
Shout out
it's,
Charles Barkley.
Charles Barkley, the king of pause. What's your fight of the night?
My fight of the night. Let's go. Like, I mean, Holland looked pretty good.
Oh, bro, Kevin Holland, man. I'm happy to see him back in
Yeah.
the win column too, bro,
Yeah.
because that guy was about to be exiled. Holy shit. Really, it blows my mind because he had the year where he had five wins in a year, then goes on to have like 5 losses in a year.
Yeah, but he had hard fights, dude. He fought like Hamzat.
Because he's talking shit.
That's why he's in the UFC, though. Keep in mind.
Hey, I like Kevin Holland too, bro.
Yeah, me too.
So but I was like, you got to be honest about what happened to him.
Yeah,
I'm like, you were talking a lot of spicy mess, bro. It's it is what it is.
Yeah, I mean the rest. Oh, this one was pretty wild. I don't know if you didn't probably this one.
No, I never
Matthew
watched that.
Semmelsberger, Uros Medic.
That literally looks like Joe Dirt, bro. Like that's hilarious. I didn't watch any of the prelims. I was out at the shows.
Yeah,
and then I made it back to my homies.
Yeah, but
in
this
time.
was a
And then we
pretty
ended
good
up just
fight.
watching.
But yeah, this was a good fight. The Tony Ferguson.
Ooh, man.
Just
It was rough to see.
It was rough,
like his
dude.
ground game looks weird. Like
yeah.
what's he doing?
He wasn't doing
Isn't he a
nothing.
black belt?
He is a black belt.
So why did it look like he wasn't a black belt? Why did it look like he was new?
I don't think he was trying to go for a submission.
It was like flashy, weird shit.
It wasn't. No, his legs were flailing. Like he wasn't.
Yeah, that's
he
what I'm
wasn't
like.
doing nothing. You know what I mean?
But that's what I'm trying to figure out. Like, what was he doing? Was he trying to like bait him in?
That's what I thought. Like I thought he was
I don't
gonna
know.
pull what's his name? Is it Gerald Mershart or something? Not Gerald Mershart. Paul Craig. Like
Okay.
what he'll do is like he'll open the guard a little bit, and then someone will like throw a strike. Next thing you know, you fall into a triangle. You know what I mean? That's what I thought Tony Ferguson was gonna do. But he never threw up a triangle. He never threw up an arm bar. He was throwing elbows for like a couple seconds. He was throwing elbows from the bottom, but yeah, I don't want to watch that.
Nah.
You know what I mean? And
It's tough.
what was that 0-6 now? Ooh, in the last
it's
6
tough.
fights. You know, it's tough to see. But the Black Beast, you know, he was the underdog.
Yeah, that's the crazy part. Well, I mean, like, last few performances, man. People
Yeah.
didn't know what to believe, and then he kept saying, "I have a 6-pack now."
Well, he did. I mean, in comparison to
Yeah,
what
in
he used
comparison, bro, he was
in shape.
He was fat before, and he's definitely not fat. Like,
Yeah.
And if this is the trajectory he's on, he wants a title.
Yeah. So what? He's got to fight John Jones or something? Like, ooh.
Yo, that's actually crazy.
Ooh.
Because John Jones is the heavyweight champ now. Yeah. I don't think Derek Lewis gets a title. Not while John's around.
Well,
anything can happen.
Anything can happen.
Anything can happen.
Speaking of anything happening, holy smokes, that main event. Like,
wait, don't skip over the boring co-main event, but like we'll give Alex Pereira his dues. You know, that was a good victory for him. It was a good first showing in the heavyweight.
Light heavyweight.
Oh, sorry, yeah, that's what I meant. But yo, Jan, bro, was definitely affected by the altitude.
The altitude.
Like, definitely, bro. He was huffing and puffing, like, after the second round, bro.
After the first round.
I did. I wanted to be respectful. I wanted to be respectful. Oh, man, Polish power, bro. That nigga needs to work on his breathing. You mentioned something, though.
Mm-hmm.
What's your theory on this?
Well, he came only a week beforehand.
Pause. Sorry, Cayman Mace. Jesus Christ. That's pause of the century, bro. I don't even want to incorporate this into this show because it's not our show, it's their show. But like, fuck, bro, it's damaging. It's damaging because you can't speak. Niggas can't speak. It used to just be like goofy, random shit you would maybe laugh at for 2 seconds and then just brush over. But it's like even just saying pause now, I'm like, damn, now we have to acknowledge it. That was gay as shit. And then the word pause just gets brought up every 5 seconds because it turns out the entire English language is gay. I'm so burnt out, bro. This is so crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, yo, Jan Blachowicz.
Yeah. So he showed up. A week in advance, or maybe even 2 weeks or whatever. But
yeah,
my theory is, and a lot of people do talk about this, is either if you're gonna fight somewhere that's high altitude, you come. You show up.
Yeah, you show up.
You show up either like a month or 2 months in advance, so you can actually your body has time to get used to it.
Yeah,
right. Because what Jan did is when he was there, I'm trying not.
Yeah, I see it. I see the wheels turning.
When he was there, he only showed up like a week beforehand.
Mm-hmm.
So by the time Fight Type was there, his body was just starting to feel the effects of being there. You know what I mean? So he's like, oh. Like, even in the embedded, he was like, oh, I came a week early, so now my body is full acclimatization. You know what I mean?
Acclimatization.
Yeah, and he just gassed out, like, just...
It was rough. It was a bad fight for him.
Yeah.
But the main event, bro, was absolutely a main event.
Yeah.
Bruh. Goes against your pick, because you picked Poirier.
I did.
And I
picked Jan as well.
I couldn't be. You did.
Yeah. If I
altitude.
pick wrong, I
see, that's something maybe you didn't factor in to your picks. The altitude.
I was hoping that he wouldn't do the dumb move and
that's why
show
you gotta
up.
Watch the embeds and shit.
But that's the thing. The embeds came out after you recorded. You know what I mean?
Fair enough. Fair enough.
So as I was watching, I'm like, ooh, not a good sign.
Not a good look.
Yeah.
Two people that didn't seem at all affected by the altitude. Justin Gaethje and Dustin Poirier fighting for the BMF, the bad motherfucker or baddest motherfucker belt.
Yeah.
Jorge Masvidal actually gave the title belt. Second round knockout. Shout out Justin the coal miner Gaethje. Like, whatever it is about that bloodline, bro, like the coal miners, bro. Damn. The coal miners. Can't bet against them in a fight.
I know.
But now they're 1-for-1. Knockout.
Yeah.
They knocked each other out once each.
And that's what I was saying. I'm like, trilogy fight.
With the BMF belt up again?
If he doesn't lose to Islam. Or Charles. Because I think Gaethje has to fight either one of them.
Yeah. Yeah, Gaethje's going, yeah.
Well, like Gaethje gets next title shot. So he fights the winner of Charles Islam, and then maybe Dustin Poirier gets one last title shot against Gaethje if he wins, or you know what I mean?
Maybe that would be crazy.
That would be crazy, and you get a double knockout.
That's hilarious, yo. Because I forgot. I'm like, yo, Gaethje versus Islam again, but I was like, no, not again.
No,
he fought Khabib.
And he took a round off.
Yeah,
Khabib.
He did. But then Khabib is his coach, so. Khabib is Islam's coach, so
Yeah, and they have different.
I want to
fighting
see that
styles.
fight though.
I do want to see that fight.
But I want Oliveira to win. Damn, I'm so conflicted. I want Oliveira to have that chip, bro. I don't know. I like Charles Oliveira, man.
Yeah.
Du Bronx.
The champion has a name.
Du Bronx.
But yeah, great card.
Yeah, phenomenal pay-per-view. What's the next? What's UFC 292?
No, it's probably a fight night. Ooh.
All right, Sanhagen versus Font. No, but keep going though. Like we'll
You
keep.
want to see the next paper?
Yeah, I want to know what the next pay-per-view is. Sterling versus O'Malley. Ah, O'Malley stinks. Ah, Sterling better win this fucking. All right. Oh, Zhang Wei Li. I don't know who Amanda Lemos is.
She's pretty good.
Yo, Marlon Vera. Okay.
Ooh, Jeff Neal in Gary. Banger alert.
That's a banger alert.
Banger alert.
Okay. Cody Garbrandt. Everybody's favorite guy they love to hate now. Chris Weidman still active?
Possible banger alert. I don't really see it as a banger alert, but he's back at middleweight though. So
Scroll up. Where is this? Oh, TD Garden, Boston. Okay. All right. So UFC 292. Scroll up again for me. August 19th. All right. We're a few days away from that.
Yeah.
We'll cover that closer too.
Yeah.
But I think this is a good place to wrap up. Dante, where can the people find you online?
You guys could find me on Instagram at person1prod, PERSON, the number 1 PROD.
Dope. And I am AKA Black Zeus on all social media. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe on YouTube. I am burnt out, so this will be shit, but I'm gonna do it anyways. Hit that like and subscribe on YouTube. Leave a comment. Be active in the DMs. Follow on Instagram and take part in the weekly poll questions. All that good shit. If you enjoy, let us know. Even if not, I love you. Thanks for being a part of this. We will be back next Wednesday, as always, on all platforms. Black Zeus the Podcast, Season 4, Episode 25. We out. Peace, peace.